Hey guys, and welcome! It's Tuesday again, and we got a new set of weekly missions, modes and store items, but we also got the last major update for the season, which is 5.2, and this added some more changes and improvements to the game alongside the map rework of Hourglass. So let's have a look at everything we got and see how it works. But first of all, thank you so much for the insane support during the stream yesterday, because I did honestly not expect so many people to stop by and stick around. It was very enjoyable and I love to do it, and there's definitely more to come in the future. So thanks again everyone, and now let's talk about update 5.2. The most interesting part of it is probably the map rework of Hourglass, which also marks the end of the reworks in general, and I guess I shared my opinion on it a lot during yesterday's stream, but for everyone who missed it, here's another quick overview. The changes on the map are definitely noticeable and it was drastically improved. There's a lot more cover now, lines of sight were broken, objectives were moved to different locations, and there are entirely new places to discover. And compared to the old design of the map, this is a completely new experience. The overall atmosphere of the map was also heavily improved, and it finally feels like a war zone and like a real battlefield map. In Conquest, it has a more rectangular layout now with the two spawns for both teams, which allows for a better flow, and even though there are still open spaces where most of the vehicle combat takes place, the map also has many close quarter spots. Unfortunately, the stadium is not playable anymore, neither in Conquest nor in Breakthrough, but that's actually the only drop of bitterness here. In Breakthrough, Hourglass is now much faster and more intense, especially in the first two sectors, and as a defender you barely have enough time to set up fortifications or prepare for the battle. The attackers spawn a lot closer to the objectives, and the travel time between the objectives is lower than before, so you might need a few matches to get used to this. There is a fair chance for the defenders to hold the attackers back, but I think we all got used to this wide and open layout that was much slower. However, I personally really like the new version, and it gives the map a much better flow and feel. To explore the rework of Hourglass, you can now find two dedicated playlists in the game. One is Hourglass Conquest, that is available as 64-player version on all platforms, and the second one is Hourglass Breakthrough, that is also available as 64-player only on all versions of the game. The 128-player version of the map can only be found as part of the normal rotation in Conquest Large. In addition to this, we also got the last roster of attachments for the vault weapons, and this time it's the SMGs, LMGs and sidearms. The new attachments need to be unlocked by doing kills with the respective weapons as usual, except if you have these weapons at Mastery 12 already, then the attachments will automatically unlock after your first match. Unfortunately, the number of new attachments for some weapons is pretty low, so on the AKS for example we only got 2 suppressors and no muzzle brakes or compensators, and the underbarrel attachments are very limited as well, so that's a little bit disappointing. What's good on the other hand is that we finally have extended magazines for almost all weapons, including LMGs, which makes it a lot easier to compete against the normal all-out war arsenal. When it comes to the dispersion changes that all SMGs and LMGs got as well with update 5.2, it's definitely noticeable, especially on range. So SMGs do really only shine on close range now, while LMGs are good for mid-range combat, but you really need to rely on the bipod to hit targets on longer ranges. I would recommend to check the weapons you frequently play and see if they still work well with your preferred setups or not, and maybe switch to other weapons or setups if necessary. I've only tried some of the SMGs and LMGs so far, but I found that the PP29 still works pretty good, while I was disappointed by the AKS and P90, and over at the LMGs, the RPK is still amazing and the XM8. But I will do some more testing over the next few days and maybe do another video with additional recommendations and setup tips. And while we are talking about weapons and ammunition already, there was also a small change made to the ammo crates, because they now have a global cooldown. This means that when you resupply yourself at one ammo crate, you cannot resupply yourself again at a second one right after. All of them will be on cooldown at the same time. This is especially important for engineers, because it was common practice to run around between different ammo crates to easily resupply grenades and rockets within a few seconds, but this is not working anymore. Luckily, the cooldown itself was reduced as well, so you will only have to wait 15 seconds instead of 20 now, and support players can drop grades a lot more frequent, because the replenish time was almost reduced by half and is at 16 seconds now instead of 30. So when you have enough support players around you that also drop their grades, the cooldown is already balanced out. And as a last big change that was made with the update, we finally got the squad orders mechanic, and that means that when you are the squad leader and give orders, you and your squad will now benefit from completing them and will receive additional XP. To give an order, just point your crosshair at an objective and press Q on PC, RB on Xbox or R1 on PlayStation, or simply hold the button to open the comma rows and pull your mouse or stick down to mark an objective you want your squad to attack or defend. The order that was given can then be seen on the left-hand side of the screen. If you should not give any orders for an amount of time, a countdown will appear instead that reminds you to give an order, otherwise you will lose your position and another member of the squad will be promoted. This also happens when a squad member requests an order through the comma rows, and if the squad leader is not reacting to it, the player who requested the order will become the new squad leader. So overall a very well made mechanic this time, and a little reminder should make it a lot easier to see when you are the squad leader and when you will be replaced if you don't give any orders. In addition to this, squad leaders are now able to open and close their squads and also to remove players from it. And two more minor changes that were made and that might be interesting for you. First, you now have more control over which direction you exit a vehicle, because you can simply look into a direction and when you exit, you will be dropped over there. And the second change is especially interesting for PC players, because the game's DLSS version was upgraded once again and is at 3.111 now. And that was it for the update so far. This was the last major update of Season 5 and we can only expect another small one in about 2 weeks. But I think we will also get some first details to Season 6 in about 1 or 2 weeks and maybe another Easter egg to tease the season. However, tonight there's also the next quarterly earnings report from EA that sometimes give away details to what they have planned for the future of the franchise, and I will of course check it out and share info with you if there's something interesting. But I don't think they will talk much about Battlefield this time. The next one is still too far away to be an interesting topic, and 2042 is going towards the end of its live service, which is probably not very interesting for investors as well. But let's see, I'll let you know. And now let's have a look at everything that was added with the weekly rotation today, starting with the modes and playlists. I've already mentioned that you can now find the dedicated Hourglass playlists for Conquest and Breakthrough, and over in Portal we got Tank Superiority and SMG Rush. One is a mode for all vehicle lovers and the other one is perfect to get used to the new SMG Dispersion and to try out some new setups. On Friday it will be replaced by Check of All Trades, a community spotlight that was already available a few weeks ago, and that is focused on several modes and maps of all eras, so something to test your skill in different situations. In addition to this, we also have a double XP weekend again, starting on Friday, August 4th and ending on Monday, August 7th. So be sure to hop into the game during these days to make the most of your XP. Over at the item store, we didn't get any new bundle today, but instead there is a summer sale this week where you can save up to 90% on selected store items and collections. I can't show you everything in detail here in this video because it's simply too much, but if you were waiting for a specific cosmetic to go on sale, this might be your chance to get it. Additionally, everyone can claim a free bundle within the next 7 days now, and this one includes a weapon charm, a headgear for Boris and 2 battle pass tiers. If the tier skips don't work for you right away or you receive an error when claiming them, just restart the game and it should work. And at the end, let's have a look at the new missions that were added today in week 9 of Season 5, and they are of course focused on Hourglass. So in the first section you have to capture or neutralize 3 objectives on Hourglass, travel 1 kilometer in vehicles and do 8 kills and revives. And I don't think any of this needs further explanation. Once the second section is unlocked, you have to revive 15 teammates, do 10 kills from vehicles, but when you do them from an air vehicle, every kill counts twice, and you have to do 8 kills from a distance of 75 meters or more. So get your sniper or marksman rifles out and aim for those long-range kills. Shouldn't be much of a problem on Hourglass either. In the third section, you'll then have to heal and resupply 30 teammates, earn 9 objective ribbons in either breakthrough or rush, so capture, hold or defend the points to get them, and do 40 headshot kills. And I know this mission can take a while to complete and is always a bit annoying, but there's no limitation to the weapons you can use, so just take your time and play, and the mission should be done on the side. For the bonus mission, you then simply need to play 2 more rounds on Hourglass in any game mode and the week is completed. If you should be struggling with any of the missions or you would like to explore the new version of Hourglass without the pressure of normal multiplayer, you can also use one of my portal codes and host your own server. Just don't forget to add a password if you don't want any other players to join. And that's it for today, your usual overview of what's going on in and around Battlefield 2042 at the moment. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like or a comment below and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Until then, thanks for watching and thanks to my members for the additional support. I'm the Catwoman and you are awesome.